Welcome all to the Nameless Channel, where we tell spooky stories appropriate for all ages. Please like and subscribe, but most importantly, enjoy the story. As the morning began on an overgrown countryside, two young siblings, respected in their neighborhood for their spirited adventures, found themselves contemplating their circumstances. A change enforced by their parents had led them to a new, enigmatic school. Situated in the middle of nowhere, this school promised redemption, perhaps discipline, after a series of misadventures that had troubled their previous academic institution. Their only certainty, the uncertainty of their new environment. The boy, whose inquisitiveness persuaded easy trouble, was older and protective. He led the way, fueled by an anticipation shared with his younger sister, known for her shrewd intuition. As they stood at the worn wooden gates of this mysterious institution, they exchanged a nod, their silent pledge to face what lay ahead together. They stepped through the entrance into a cavernous hallway, the clatter of their shoes echoing, as the doors silently swung shut behind them with an audible click, sealing off their retreat. No sign of another soul stirred, or at least none that they could discern. No teachers, no students, just echoing halls that stretched onwards, obscured by shadows and strangeness. What lay before them was a labyrinthine puzzle. The air was thick, almost palpable, laden with an inexplicable foreboding. Soon, curiosity gave way to a growing awareness of desolation as they stumbled through corridor after corridor, their eyes searching for an office or any sign of an administrative figure. Questions unspoken hung between them. Why was the school empty? Was this part of a test? Practical jokes? But a greater query loomed. How were they to find their way out? A familiarity with tales of mystery and the fantastical left them both enthralled and unnerved by the unfolding riddle. Led by their intrigue, they trod silently, hoping to stumble upon anything that could offer context or clarity. Their attempts to retrace their steps led them further into the unknown. The door through which they'd entered now seemed a relic of memory, a fading detail in their quest for an escape. With each hallway, they felt more ensnared, realizing all too acutely that the layout defied comprehension, logic twisted into absurdity. Their journey took a sudden turn as a flicker, a glint out of place, caught their attention. It was a message scrawled across the wall in jagged, hurried font. Rule 1. Keep moving. The words were cryptic, inspiring both confusion and a prickling anxiety. What did it mean? Why couldn't they stop moving? Instinctively, they felt the urge to decipher its implication, but almost simultaneously they were struck by a sound, otherworldly and chilling. From the depths of unseen halls arose the faint growl, a sound one could only hope was distant, yet felt uncomfortably close. It conjured every fear of the unknown into their minds, an amalgamation of theories best left unexplored. The boy's heart quickened, pulse thundering in his ears as his sister clutched his arm, grounding him in the present. In that profound uncertainty, a sense of resolve emerged. They knew that keeping still wasn't an option. They were compelled to obey the eerie caution. Stride by stride, they moved forward, every nerve alert to the shifting sounds, the occasional creak of floorboards, the whispering wind funneling through the school's recesses. With each paced step, their senses sharpened. Together they let their instincts and mutual understanding guide them, piecing together a map of this bizarre and intangible space. Threading through the halls, they maintained a tenuous hold on hope, a belief that perhaps moving forward would lead to liberation, a rite of passage entwined with unearthing the mysterious lore binding the school. The school's corridors echo with memories of learning and laughter that once filled its halls. Now they are silent, save for the distant, ominous rustle that travels through the walls, an echo of the lurking presence. Fear is a constant companion, its grip tightening as the minutes tick by. The sensation that this unseen entity is ever nearer propels them forward, spurring them to action despite the growing weight of fatigue born from relentless motion. Initially, the adrenaline rushes, strong and sweet. The boundaries between reality and imagination blur as the rhythmic pounding of their footsteps becomes the only indication of their unwavering movement. The maze offers no reprieve, no solace from the unyielding pace. It is a tangle of paths and avenues, each turn offering the illusion of choice, yet leading them back into its confounding embrace. Still, the creature's approach is unmistakable, its presence a constant pressure. Despite exhaustion creeping into their bones, they cannot yield to the temptation of rest. Their resolve is tested with each passing minute in this oversized puzzle. Desperation grows as the labyrinth seems endless, a perfect trap designed to ensnare youthful hope. But then, just as hope begins to wither, another presence materializes. Out of nowhere, a boy appears, their savior in a moment of dread. Swiftly and silently, he pulls them into a secluded room, a fortress of momentary safety amid insecurity. Here, the ambient chill feels paradoxically like comfort. They listen breathlessly as the creature's ominous presence slinks past the door. The stranger, enigmatic and composed, holds within his grasp a precious treasure, knowledge, albeit incomplete, of this maze. He has meticulously charted the path leading all around the periphery, but admits with a degree of regret his ignorance about the maze's heart, a blind spot in his cartography. Safe for a moment longer, he extends this partial knowledge to the duo, kindling a flicker of hope amid uncertainty. His tale is one of survival through stealth and strategy, a life led beneath the radar. His choice is clear in the light of his experience. Having tasted safety, albeit fragile and temporary, he prefers the security of this haven to the uncertainty outside. And thus a divergence forms between those who yearn to escape and he who chooses seclusion. Warmed by gratitude yet resolved in purpose, the boy and girl prepare to delve back into the most enigmatic sections of the maze. While they have gained a map, the center remains a mystery, something that must be deciphered if they are to emerge into the world beyond these walls. As they part ways with their benefactor, whispers of danger reconciled with dreams of freedom echo through the corridors. Armed with the will to persevere and guided by knowledge greater than when they commenced, the pair reinvokes the first rule they learned: never stop moving. Claustrophobic hallways stretch endlessly. But, oh, how the shadows seem to deepen. From the depths of this labyrinthine structure, a sound emerges. A low, guttural growl bouncing off walls, a sound that ignites a primal urge within them, fear, sharp and clear. The boy and girl, hearts pounding like battle drums, push onwards with renewed urgency. The sounds are closer now, like the ominous footsteps of a giant stalking its prey. A presence, a creature drawn from nightmares. They must not look back. Dare they stop? A glance over the shoulder, but nothing is there, at least nothing their eyes, squinting in the dim light, can see. Yet the tension is as real as the dust underfoot. Each step promises new danger wrapped around the labyrinth's mysteries. Their exhaustion is a fog, trying to slow their momentum, to coax them into dangerous complacency. But the terror of the creature is a more fearful force, propelling them endlessly forward. Suddenly, in a surge of adrenaline-fueled panic, the creature reveals itself, close enough to feel its malicious intent like a chill against their skin. Their eyes widen in horror at its grotesque form. Gnarly, gray flesh hung loosely like a macabre cloak, a maw of serrated teeth glistening with hungry anticipation, and relentless trails of drool marking its path. Mere whispers of pain poison their limbs as they force themselves to sprint, their quickened breaths blending into an almost silent scream. Time seems to warp in this frenzied escape, the landscape a blur of cracked tears and distant doors that grow ever closer yet farther away in a cruel trick of perspective. But fortune is still with them, and against all odds, they barrel into the heart of the labyrinth, the center. Here lies the old control room, a testament to former activity now cloaked in decay and the detritus of countless years. Slam! The door closes behind them with mere moments to spare. The creature snarls, muffled like some far-off nightmare fading into the night. Safety, a fragile sensation, sweeps over them as they slide to the ground, hearts racing and lungs burning. But there is no time for rest. Their eyes adjust to the gloom, adapting to find purpose amidst the detritus. It is here, in this refuge, they begin to unravel the secrets of their salvation. Buttons, old dials, and a flicker of ancient lights reveal an exit plan. The cryptic puzzle unfolds before them, their fingers dancing over cracked screens and rubble, until finally they find the key, the knowledge that leads them towards their freedom. An exit, an escape. Standing at the precipice of liberation, they take a solitary moment to reflect on the journey that has brought them here. The creature's howls are now mere whispers disappearing into the ether, chased away by the breaking dawn. Together, with tremulous excitement tethering their actions, they activate the mechanism. The door to their freedom swings open with a groaning acknowledgement of their courage and perseverance. And so, with a final glance thrown behind to ensure the creature lurks no longer, they step out into the embrace of sunlight. The labyrinth is behind them now, a testament to their resilience and to all that remains mysterious in the corners of forgotten histories. As the light touches their faces, they realize a truth as old as time itself. Sometimes to survive is to dare to move forward, even into the unknown. School is out, and they are free once more. Thank you all for listening to tonight's story, and let us know in the comments if you've ever been lost before, or if you've ever thought something was following you. Please enjoy another video, and as always, have a spooky night.